Now let's check it. The here is some points. Okay, and I think is sometimes, and now I contains some. Well, Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. Accordance with titles, yes. Today we are roasting here our ugly girls, Sakshi Jha. And now, here is the moments. Here are some new topics. As we can say, what's the points? Here the point was Bihar government suspend teacher Sakshi Jha just because she is a man hater. Okay. Now here we can see that is the points. Well. Now let's check out the points. And here, here is some news to be latest in the moments. Okay, it is the points. Bihar government suspend teacher Sakshi Jha over man-hater feminist remarks on India's Got Latents. Okay. Now, in this cases, okay. Now let's check it. What's happening here? Well, India got latent. Okay. Now, in this cases, now let's check at the moments words would notifies. Now here we can see this. He is your father. I mean, he is my father's. But at last he is a man. Okay. It is the statements of man haters. Sakshi Jha. Now let's check. Source is now YouTube Israel. Okay. But he is, what is he? As a friend, yes, you are right. So, what is your grandfather's likes? He also that only a brothers. Women cannot do anything to cook and the foods. Generally, so here we can see what's the moments. In that cases, what is Sakshi's statements? Sakshi's grandfather's statements was, women cannot do anything, women can only cook and make the foods and some things like clean the floor of the house. It is just the normal points. It was the statement of the grandfathers. And now, we can hence that's Sakshi always hate grandfathers. Now here today's point is here Ketan Agarwal case about the real estate business. In that point I roast here whom Sakshi Jha. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Sakshi's grandfather knows that if Sakshi Jha would be the wife of any businessman, where businessman is from real estate business, and here a businessman's life can be end under the future wife to be Sakshi Jha. That is the understanding by whom? That is the understanding by Sakshi Jha's grandfathers. And now let's check it. Now here we can see. Now what is the Sakshi Jha's statement? Sakshi Jha's statement is that Well, her grandfather hates her personally. Okay. Now, here I would explain that why her grandfather hate her personally. Well, why? And now, Sakshija's what is the statement of Saksija? Well, dear brothers, okay, ji, yes, we are discussing to roast Sakshija. Why Sakshija's grandfather do not like? Why Sakshija do not like her grandfather's grandsons? So, well, because here she is a man hater, and her grandfather's grandsons is her brothers, who is a man. And now, this is the points of here Shakshi Jas. That is too disgusting. And now, let's check it the points. Here we can see, well, here the travels, what is your travel points at the moment. Well, here we can notify, here departure would be Mumbai, India. Because here, well, Ketan Agarwal was from where? Because here Ketan Agarwal was from Pune. Okay? Mumbai, India. And now, as it is a departure, now let's get the points. What is the arrivals? Well, arrivals is now here. Now let's contents the middle place. Where middle place would be Tel Aviv, the capital city of Israel. Now, what is the points here? Arrival is here Buenos Aires. Okay. Now let's discuss the routes about the business trade routes. And now here we can see that is the moments. Well, here I contents I contents and reasons that why Saksija always hates her man to be a real estate businessman. And now let's check at the moments. Here is some points. Now it is the proper out of the proper discussions. And now let's check it. Okay. Now here we can see Microsoft Bing.com image. And now here is my collections. And now let's check it. What's the momentums? Well, now let's check it. Yes. Here is the sample of the project of building to be 150,000 stories buildings. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. Here we can see that is the points about. Well, I contain some missing moments. Well, skyscrapers. Okay. Now here we can see this is the points. Well. Now let's check at the moments at the see we could notify. Well, it is almost 200,000. Oh no, it is your 50,000. And now here Okay. Yes. Now it is here hundred thousands, and now here we can see this is the points. Well, I think here something like a discussions moments. Well, now let's check it. What about the cargo ships points? And here we could notify what is the cargo ship routes. Well, and now here we can see. Okay. Now, in this cases, here would be some journeys at. Well, here we contain some reforms, and here we could reforms at the like that, and here the ponds can be step in the Suez canals. Okay. Now, well, and here we can notify that is the properly justified at the points, and here now that is the signification points. Well, I have forgotten to mention, and here we contains one sea stop of the Buenos Aires, and now here we can step the Buenos Aires moments, and hence well, and now here we can say just like an discussion points, and here I can step it at some words. It would be here New York City. Yes, here we can see the points. Well, now let's check it. What's going on? Okay. Now, when we could see Sakshi as a man haters, now let's check it. What is the points? Now, here I would discuss that why Sakshi is a man hater. Well, now in this cases, when Sakshi is a man hater, that means here we can see this points. She hates a man who is an scientific real estate businessman. Okay. Now, what is the scientific real estate businessman points? Here I can mention at the moment. Well, now we can see one building, 100,000 storage buildings would requires almost structural steel to be what? Structural steel to be 3 billion ton. That means 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 kilograms. On the other hand, here we go, when we are talking about the 150,000 buildings, in that cases, that would be here 12,000 kilo, 150,000 storage buildings. In that cases, that would require almost 4.5 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 kilograms. And now, in this cases, when here structural steel cost would be here almost 4.5 billion United States dollars. Okay, only for the structure. I apologize. 4.5 trillion United States dollars for 1,500,000 storage buildings. And now, in these cases, here is the points that what when we can hear the moments. Now, what is the here one still here one cargo ship to carry here structural structural steels can contain the payload to be here 6.5 multiple by 10 to the power 5 tons. That means 65 multiple by 10 to the power 7 kilograms as a payload for one cargo ship. And here for 100,000 buildings cargo ships, uh, I, I mean, what about 150,000 storage buildings? Here, cargo ship to carry uh, structural steel would require 6700 multiple by 1.5. And now, here is the moments. That is, in these cases, here 150,000 storage building would be in Buenos Aires, the capital city of Argentina. And now let's check out the points. 1.5 multiple by 6700, that can be almost 10,050 cargo ships. Okay. And now in this cases, here is the moments, here is the points. We can clear the moments. Okay. Now here we have discussed it, but now let's check it. What is the cargo ship's naval distance when we are discussing about it? Okay. In that cases, here is the points. Well, here we could see cargo ship's naval distance is 15,334.6 nautical miles. And now let's check it the moments. And in this points, we are going to discuss man-hater Sakshi nautical all miles to kilometers. And now let us at the moments. Okay, now 15,334 15,334.6. That would be here almost 28,399.6792 kilometers. As a round figure, that is would be here 29,000 kilometers as a naval distance. And now here is my points. Well, now here is one of my points. Now what is the cargo ships? And in this cases, what is cargo ship's velocity? In that cases, here cargo ship velocity would be 290,000 kilometer per second as a cargo ship velocity. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of cargo ship velocity to be 290,000 kilometer per second? In this cases, here that when the naval distance is 29,000 kilometers, that means here travel time would be 0.1 seconds. That means in that cases, what is the today's dates? Well, here we can see this points. Here I would mention the points. Well, departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, July 21st, 2026. Here arrival would be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, July 21st, 2026 as an arrival time. Because that is here businessman's cargo ships, businessman's real estate cargo ships velocity, where the cargo ship is to carry the structural steels. And now here is the moments. But now here I am here to discuss that why Sakshi always hates man. Why Sakshi always hates her brothers because her brother is a man. Now in this cases, let's discuss this. Well, and here naval distance is 29,000 kilometers. Now here man's cargo ship velocity, businessman cargo ship velocity is 290,000 kilometer per second. And but on the other hand, what is business women cargo ship velocity when business women is the business women of the real estate business? When the real estate business would be under the business women, here a cargo ship to carry structural steel velocity would be here almost 2.9 kilometer per hour. I repeat, that would be 2.9 kilometer per hour. That means when your naval distance would be 29,000 kilometers, here in that cases, travel time would be almost 1,000. The travel time would be almost 10,000 hours. Now we know that 100 hours is 8 days 4 hours. 1,000 hours is almost 83 days 4 hours. That means here 10,000 hours means here 833 days 4 hours. Now let's take the points. Well, here we can see this moments. Departure calendar is July 21st, 2026. And here we can see the points. 2 years later, the calendar would be January 21st, 2028. Okay. Now here we can see 1 year's contains 365 days and another year's contains 366 days. Okay. Now let's check at the points. What is 833 subtract by 731? That means 832 subtract by 730. That can be here, it is almost okay. It is almost 102 days. Now let's calculate the 102 days. Start from July 21st, 2028. Now here we can see the points. Well, that would be here 102 sum by 21. It would be here 123 that can be start from July 1st, 2028. And now let's check the points. Both July and August contains 62 days. Well, September contains 30 days. October contains 31 days. And now 30 sum by 31 is 61. 61 sum by 62 is 123. And now that means the arrival date would be what? November 1st, 2028. Okay. What is the 6 o'clock sum by 4 hours? That means 10 o'clock. In that cases, here is the moments. Well, a businesswoman, a real estate businesswoman cargo ship's departure time is morning 6 o'clock, July 21st, 2026. Here October 2028. Hence, we can notify that here August it would be arrival time would be morning morning 10 o'clock, November 1st, 2028. That is the moments at the points. Well, and here is my discussions at the points that why Sakshi always hate maths. Now in this cases, Sakshi always statements just because when here real estate businessman cargo ships when both of real estate businessmen cargo ships and real estate business women cargo ships departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, July 1st, 2026. And well, the reason of Sakshi to headman is where businessman cargo ship arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past. Here July 21st, 2026, where business women cargo ships arrival time was morning 10 o'clock for November 1st, 2028. Now where is morning 10 o'clock November 1st, 2028 and where is morning 6 o'clock 0.1 second past July 21st, 2026. And now here is a significant difference between punctuality in real estate business. And when the topic is about the real estate business, punctuality is always the significant points. Okay. And now let's check the moments. Here is something like a discuss points. And here we can see now here now let's check it what's going on. Okay. And now what about here we have discussed the velocities, we have discussed the travel times, and now in that cases we can discuss about the monies. Okay. Now 100 storage buildings that can cost almost 30 that can contest the contract deals of 30 trillion United States dollars. I hope it will be 20 trillion United States dollars. Hence that what about the real estate business at the points? In that cases, when the project is here 150,000 storage buildings, here what is 20 multiplied by 1.5, that is 30. That would be here 30 trillion United States dollars. Now here we can see the points. When the topic is about Ketan Agarwal's Ketan Agarwal's business project in Buenos Aires, the capital city of Argentina, is to build here 1,500,000 storage building can bring here 30 trillion United States dollars as an addition to the gross domestic products of India. And now here we can see this points. What is the predictable gross domestic products of India in July 1, 2026? That would be here almost here 4.3 trillion United States dollars. As we can state the point, that is 4.3 trillion United States dollars. And now what about the 4.3 trillion? Now what is the total gross domestic products of India? That would be 34.31 trillion United States dollars. And now it is possible if the business person of the real estate business is the businessman. But when here the business person of the real estate business would be a business woman, then what would be the case? First of all, here women's real estate business would be here 2-story slum or 3-story slums, and here we can see in that cases real estate business would be inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. Now secondly, here we can structural steel cargo ships departure time would be Mo- morning 6 o'clock, July 1st, 2026, and business women's cargo ships structural steel L cargo ship arrival time would be morning 10 o'clock, November 1st, 2028. And now, in these cases, here is a lack of the punctuality we have noticed in the real estate business. That is supported by feminism. And now, in that cases, women are not punctual in business, but men are always punctual. Hence, here is the reason that why Sakshi always hate men. Even Sakshi always hate her grandfathers and her brothers. And now, that is the moment at the point. And here, we would thankful to the honorable Bihar government, hence that because Bihar government suspend here Sakshi from the governmental teachers jobs. Now, governmental teachers jobs, here is the moment, but Sakshi dress look like always an Mumbai modern girls or South Delhi Lavanda. Well, we did not know that Sakshi would be the Bihar governmental teachers. Here, we did not know the positions. Now, here is the dangerous moments. Okay. Now, let's check it about the kinetic energies. Now, when we are talking about the kinetic energies at the moments, well, now here we can see. Now, let's talk about the kinetic energies. Okay. Well, businessman cargo ships, well, kinetic powers can be discussed as an what? Can be discussed as an Albert Einstein kinetic powers method. On the other hand, business women's kinetic power can be calculated as an Isaac Newtonian kinetic powers method. Oh my Adonai! In that case, both of Isaac Newton's and Albert Einstein is a man, where Albert Einstein is a Jewish man to be a scientist and Isaac Newton is a Christian man to be scientist. And now, in this cases, Isaac Newton is born in the birthday of Jesus Christ. And now, here we can see every Christian world celebrates Christmas Day as a birthday of Jesus Christ. But, well, the nationalist patriotic white Englander celebrate the Christmas Day as a birthday of Sir Isaac Newton. And now, let's take the moments. Okay, let's focus on all significant points. Okay. Now let's check it. Here we can state the moments. Here 1.5 multiplied by 6700. That is here 10,050. Okay. Now let's check it the points. One cargo ship payload says 65 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 kilograms. And now, what is the statistic on energy of 10,050 cargo ship payloads? Now let's check at the moments. It would be the points to be notified about the here. Well, 10,050 multiple. Well, 10,050 can be multiplied by what? Okay, 10,050 can be multiplied by here 65 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. That can be multiplied by here 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 16e. Okay, 16e. And now hence we can notify what is the statistic energy. Well, statistic energy is 587.925 multiplied by 10 to the power 27 joules. Okay. Now let's check at the points. What is 290 divided by 30? Here we can notify the here. Well, businessman cargo ship velocity is 96.67%. Well, velocity of lights. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. What is the value of lambda subtract by 1? First of all, we can state here what is the value of lambda. That is 1 divided by bracket of square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.9667 square. Well, enter bracket, close. Okay. Now here we can see this points. Oh my god. Well. And now here we can see 1 divided by. Now we can contain some significant problematics. And now here we can see well, that is almost the value of lambda is 3.90759. And now what is the value of lambda subtract by 1? That would be here 2.90759. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Here we could notify at the points what is the kinetic energies. 587.925 multiplied by words 2.90759 can be multiplied by words. That can be multiplied by 10 to the power 27. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. What's that? That is your well 1.7095 multiplied by 10 to the power 30. Okay. Well, now let's check at the moments. Well, here we can see it is the kinetic energies. Now, what is the kinetic powers? We know the kinetic powers is kinetic energy divided by travel times. Here, travel time is 0.1, and when here calculation is 1.7095 multiplied by 10 to the power 30 enter divided by 0.1. That means here it is 17.095 multiplied by 10 to the power 30. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. What is 30? 30 is here 24 sum by 6. And what is 24? In that case, 24 is 9 sum by 15. Okay. Now here is the moments here, that is here 17.095 billions quadrillions megawatt as a kinetic powers of real estate businessman cargo ship to contains here structural skills. And now it is their real estate businessman moments. Now, what is their real estate business women's cargo ship kinetic powers? That is the calculations. And now, first of all, here we can contest the calculations of kinetic energies. Okay. First of all, here we can notify that is almost velocity is 2.9 kilometers per hour. Well, and here we can see this. The calculation is 29 divided by 36 meter per second. Okay. It is almost 1 meter per second. Now here we can see this points. Well, the velocity is 1 meter per second. Here we could notify here velocity is equal to velocity square equal to velocity cube equal to velocity to the power 7 equal to velocity to the power 666, because 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 7 equal to 1 to the power 3 equal to 1 to the power 666 when velocity is 1 meter per second. And now in this cases, what is the equations of kinetic powers? Here, what is the equation of kinetic energy? That is always half of payload of what? That is always the half of payloads of here cargo ships. I mean 10,000 50 cargo ships. That means your weight of 5,025 cargo ship payloads. And now, in this cases, what is the weight of 5,025 cargo ship payloads? And now here we can see this is the moments. Well, here 65 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 can be here multiplied by what? That can be multiplied by 5,025. Okay. Now that is almost what's here 3.267 trillion joules as a kinetic energy. Okay. Now let's check at the points. What is the kinetic powers? Well, now let's check is what is the travel time to be 833 days. Well, for 4 hours. That means it is almost 36 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. And now, in these cases, here is the moments. That is the significant points. Well, what is the meaning of that? Oh my Adonais. And here we can see the points 36 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Well, and here now let's check at the points. That is almost 90.729. I apologize. 90,729.167 watts. Okay. Now it is almost here we can say well now let's check at the points. Women businessman. Now here we can see women businessman. I apologize. The real estate business women cargo ship kinetic force is here 90.73 kilowatts. On the other hand, businessman of real estate business containing cargo ships kinetic power is 17.095 billion quadrillions megawatts. Now here we can see where is 17.095 billion quadrillions megawatts and where is here where is 90.73 kilowatts. That is the difference of kinetic force between well, real estate businessman versus real estate businesswoman. And now here is the reason that why well Sakshi always hate men, because Sakshi actually hates the particular genders who can be a scientific real estate businessman and uh, whose real estate business cargo ships kinetic power can be well 17.095 billion quadrillions megawatts when the naval distance is 29,000 kilometers. And now it is the difference between real estate businessman versus real estate businesswomen. That is the definition of the feminism. Okay. Now, why Sakshi hates her brothers to be here? Her grandfather's grandsons. Well, here is the reasons, and the reasons is here. Well, Sakshi's brother can be probably the real estate businessman like a Ketan Agarwal's, where Ketan Agarwal's business velocity. What about the moments? Ketan Agarwal's uh, cargo ship business, cargo ship kinetic power says 17.095 billions quadrillions megawatts when Ketan Agarwal's sister's cargo ship kinetic power is 90.73 kilowatts. And now in this cases Sakshi's brother can be probably your real estate businessman, where real estate their brothers cargo ship's velocity would be 290,000 kilometer per second, where Sakshi addressing sisters cargo ship velocity can be 2.9 kilometer per hours. Okay, and now it is the significant difference between man versus woman. And now in these cases, here we could see women is always criminals, and women is the dangerous for our Indian's developments. I repeat, it can be the women is the dangerous for the real estate business deal between India and Argentina. Okay. Now here we can see the funds. Here is the significant terms at that can be notified. Okay. Now let's take the moments. What is the next terms? In this cases here. Now here I can discuss fuel. When the cargo ship fuels, what is the difference between businessman versus businesswomen? Okay, businessman's cargo ship's fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius, where business women's cargo ship fuel is cargo ship oils. Okay. Now here we can see that is the funds, and now that can be calculated at the moments. Okay. Now here we can see. Well, now let's check it. Here 1.7095 multiple by 10 to the power 30 joules as an 10 to the power 30 joules. Okay, that can be divided by watts. Well, bracket of 15,408 joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a specific heat of artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiple by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius multiple by the following temperatures. Bracket close. And now here we can see what is the now what is cargo ship what is the cargo ship fuel words, that is 1.7 multiple by 10 to the power negative 643 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiple by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. But now, in these cases, well, here we can discuss the points. What is your sister's cargo ship velocity? Where sister cargo ship's velocity would be here cargo ship also. Now, in these cases, sister's cargo ship's kinetic energy is well 3 point. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Well, 3.267 multiple by 10 to the power 12. That can be your kinetic as a kinetic joule, and that can be divided by bracket of 2000 joule per kilogram per Kelvin as an specific heat of cargo ship was multiple by 50 degrees Celsius as a temperature difference multiple by 1.01 kilogram per liters as a density of cargo ship oils. And now, what is the requirements? In that cases, that requirement is almost well 32.35 million liters of cargo ship oils. Cargo ship fuel oils volumes. And now let's check it. That can be almost here the some points that would be here 33 million kilograms. Okay, that will be here 33 million kilograms of cargo ship oils as a fuel words. Now let's check at the moments. When businessman cargo ship fuel word is 1.7 multiple by 10 to the power negative 643 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiple by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Here business women cargo ship velocity is here almost here 33 million kilograms of cargo ship oils. Now where is 1.67 multiple by 10 to the power negative 643 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiple by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius, and where is here 33 million kilograms of cargo ship oils. And now both of them are significant difference between businessman versus businesswomen. And now here is the reason that why here Sakshi always hate men. And in this point here is the reason that why Sakshi always hate brother just because her brother is a man. Because in this cases Here we can see, brother to be businessman's cargo ship velocity is 290,000 kilometer per second. Hence, kinetic power is 17.095 balance quadrillions megawatts, and fuel weight is 1.7 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 643 kilograms of artificial solar oil reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, here, why uh, she loves always women? Sakshi loves sister as a woman because sister to be business women of the real estate business content cargo ships with the velocity to be 2.9 km per hour. Kinetic power to be 90.73 kilowatts, and here this and fuel to be 33 million kilograms of cargo ship oils. Now here is some significant difference that can be notified. Okay, now here we can see this points. Here is the paradoxical moments. Okay, and that is the significant dangerous points. Okay, now come here is a structural. Okay, now it is the structural stills in the project of 1,500,000 storage buildings. Okay, now what about the what about reinforcement concretes of the buildings? When the reinforcement concrete buildings is here requires for the project of Argentine building to be containing 150,000 stories. And now in these cases, and here we can see I will take a breath in the chairs because sometimes here we can see that would be the significant points, and here naval distance is the significant difference. From what the naval distance would be significant difference from here the conventional naval distance to be the naval distance of the structural stills. Okay, now let's check at the moments. Come on, body, let's come body, and now, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. And here we can see this point. It is the moments. Here we could found at some times it is almost 25,251.5 nautical miles. Now let's convert it into kilometers. Okay. Now with this case, that is the significant findouts. 25.251.5. Okay. 2,500,251.5 nautical miles. That is here 46,765 kilometers, 778 meters. That means as a round figure, the meaning of 25,251.5 nautical mile is 47,000 kilometers. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. And here we could see. Okay. Now in these cases, here sometimes, here, what is 47,000 kilometers can be multiplied by 4, that will be 188,000. Okay, what is 47,000 kilometers can be divided by 7? I mean multiple 47 multiplied by 7, that can be here 329. Oh my other nice. What is 47,000 multiplied by 6? That would be 282. Okay. Now here we can see that is the moments. Well, 200 velocity would be 282,000 kilometer per second, and on the other hand here neighbor distance is 47,000 kilometers. Now what is here 1 divided by 6? That would be here 0.167 seconds. And now here is the moments. Well, what is the man's velocities? In that cases here man travel time is here departure time. Businessman cargo ship travel time is one. Departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, July 21st, 2026, and arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past, July. I will guess arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 0.167 second past, July 21st, 2026. And now, in this cases, that is the significant points. And now, here we could notify it is the man's travel time. But what is the women travel times? Well, here we can business women cargo ship travel time is same, that is previously, that is 10,000 hours, that would be here 833 days, 4 hours. That means here it is same, the departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, July 21st, 2026, and arrival time would be morning 10 o'clock, November 21st, November 1st, 2028. And now let's check the, because business women's velocity is, as I calculated that the business women's velocity is 4.7 km per hour. Now where is 282,000 km per second, and where is 4.7 km per hour? Now we can see these points. What is the moments in these cases? Men's are car guys, and when men's are car guys, men's love to be a car guys. Okay. Now in these cases, when men's are car guys, men's love the cargo ship with the velocity to be 282,000 km per second, where women loves a cargo ship with the velocity to be what? The velocity to be here 4.7 km per hour. Now here is a calculation that why Sakshi always hates maths. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Here is sometimes. Well, now let's check it. Who was born first? We are 3 sisters. And first of all, so he was not born by mistakes. Okay. The Samay Dinosaur states that here Sakshi brothers was not born by mistakes. Oh my God. And now it is the moments Sakshi was 3 sisters. Sakshi contains two sisters and one brothers. And now, in this case, why Shakshija always hates mans? It is only in the cause of that Shakshija contains one brother and two sisters. But why Shakshija hates her brothers? Just because to be a man's. Now here is the well structural skills performance I have mentioned. Now reinforced concrete. What about the reinforced concretes? Now here we can see this is the moments at the point that would be the suspicious discussions. Okay, well, for to build an building of 1,500,000 stories, well, we could require so almost here. What is 6 multiplied by 1.5? That is 9. Well, that would be here 90 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 kilograms of reinforced concrete, and we could contain the requirements of watts. That would be here 1.8 trillion United States dollars as a cost of reinforced concrete. And now let's check at the moments. What's the matter of the points? Here concrete would require here 165,000 cargo ships if to contest here reinforced concretes. And now here is the moments here our discussion is only in the base of the physics. Okay, now what is 282 divided by 300? That means here 0.94. And now let's check at the moments. Where's the calculations at the points? What is here lambda subtract by 1s? Now here we can see. Let's check the 1 moments. Well, 0.94. And here we can see. Okay. That can be here. The value of lambda subtract by 1 is 1.93106 as a value of lambda subtract by 6. That is the lambda subtract by 1s. And now let's check about the kind of statistic energies. Here we can see this one 165 triple zero can be multiplied by 165 triple zero can be multiplied by what? 65. Oh my God. Here you can see 165 triple zero can be multiplied by oh my God. 165 triple zero can be multiplied by 65 multiplied by 10 to the power 7, and now that can be multiplied by words 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 16a. And now here is the moments. And now let's check is that what is the statistic energies? That is here 9.653. I have guessed that is 9.652. I have guessed 9.6525 multiplied by 10 to the power 30 joules. Okay, now hence here we can see this one 9.6525 multiplied by 10 to the power 30 joules. can be divided, because that 9.652 multiplied by 10 to the power 30 can be multiplied by words 1.93106. And now, well, what's the moment that is here? Well, 18 point, that is almost here 18.639 double 56 multiplied by 10 to the power 30 joules as a kinetic energies. Now, well, what is the kinetic force? And now here we can see that is the moments as in triple 1.837 double 399 multiplied by 10 to the power 30 watts. That means that can be almost 11.84 multiplied by, I will guess, 11.84, well, billions quadrillions megawatts. Okay. And now in these cases, here is the moments. What is 47 divided by 36? Well, that is here 1.31 meter per second. Now, what is 1.31 square? That is 1.7161 meter square per second square as in velocity square. Okay. Now, in this cases, here what is half of 165,000? That can be here, that can be 82,500. Okay. Now the payload of 82,500 cargo ship can be what? That is 65 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. And now that is here the 84. Here the calculation is, well, 53 trillions 625, well, billions kilograms. That can be multiplied by 1.7161. That is the kinetic energy to be here. 92 trillions 25 billions 862 millions 500,000. That means, as a round figure, is that, well, 92 trillions 26 billions as joules as a kinetic energies. Now here we can see 92.026 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 can be divided by watts. Well, it is bracket of 36 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Because your travel time is 833 days, 4 hours. And now that is always here 2,556,278 watts. That means 2.6 megawatts. Now here you can see the spots. Business women's reinforced concrete cargo ships kinetic power is 2.6 megawatts. Well, I repeat, business women's, well, reinforced concrete cargo ships kinetic power is 2.6 megawatts, where businessman reinforcement concrete cargo ships kinetic power is 111.84 billions quadrillions megawatts. Now, whereas 111.84 billions quadrillions megawatts, and whereas 2.6 megawatts. And now here we can say that it is the significant it is here significant discussion at the moment. Well, in the now let's check the points. What is triple 1.84 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 can be divided by 10 to I was 2.6. That would be here just like that, sir. 43.015 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 times amps. That means, well, businessman reinforced concrete cargo ship is 43.015 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 times more powerful than businesswomen reinforced concrete cargo ships. And now, this is the difference at the moment. Here, 2.6 megawatt is in feminine cargo ships, where, well, triple 1.84 balance quadrillions megawatt is here masculine cargo ships. And that is the reason that why Sakshi always hates man. Okay. Now in these cases, here is the temporary good decision from the honorable Bihari government. Here that they suspend our honorable man-hater business. I mean, they suspend the honorable man-haters governmental teachers Sakshi. And now let's take it the moments. Okay. And now here is one side to support the Bihar governments as a purpose of scientific and technological. Okay. Now let's the points. Look at the. Okay. Now personally look at here Sakshi's dress. Well, it is just like about the mini skirt. It is the modern shirts. And here with the modern female socks, and that is the moment at the points. Well, now here we can see, well, as in the salary of the governmental teachers, we know that a governmental teacher's salary can be the significant heights, but it is not the significant heights that a woman to be governmental teacher can wear. Yet mini skirts, women western socks, and here women shirts. It is not possible at the points. Moreover, in this case, here when I am the governmental teachers of the Indian governmental schools or Indian governmental college, in that case, as governmental, here we could notify when we are talking about the governments. Here, we women's always try to wear salwar kameez or saris, or even if we are Western women's, modern women's, we can wear full sleeve shirt and full sleeve here trousers, and we cannot purchase here skirt even if we are a modern woman. And here a mini skirt is just like a vulgar. It is not a classic dress. When mini skirt is not a classic dress, hence Sakshi just claims herself as a governmental teachers. Now let's take it. Here we can notice here is that several women can contest the name like Sakshi Jas. But now here problem is that well, here we can state here what is the problems, the moments. In that case, problematic problematic moment is governmental teachers are wears salwar kameez or here long trousers and long shirts as an classic dress. And now, well, probably here decent Shakshija can be suspended by governmental Bihari governments where decent Shakshija were governmental teachers. And now, in these cases, they do not wear any vulgar dress. That means, well, the man-hater Sakshijas is just violence. The man-haters Sakshija is cheaters of the honorable decent Sakshija, who knows that governmental teacher Sakshija would be the man lovers or women haters, and this Sakshija is the person to pretend to be here governmental teachers, and that is their dangerous moment at the points. And now I think there would be here significant investigations on the Indian Scott letters where because of the vulgar man-hater Sakshija, now it is the significant point there. Samarana is repeatedly encountering the judicial trouble sufferings. And now that is the significant points. And here it is the significant dangerous moments. Well, and here this Saksija is dangerous for our governmental teaching points as we could notice. Okay, now here we can see we roast here man-hater Sakshijas in the perception of science, in the perception of here what is in the perception of the Bihar governmental school or the Bihar governmental college. And now in these cases here we can see well previous live stream was in the purpose of the sports. Today's live is in the purpose of the science and technologies. But when Bihar government is to investigate about the man-hater Sakshijas, it would be here here is the predictable points that next live stream would be here geopolitics. Now, or we can say this to this points that in these cases, science and technological moments here, this man-hater Sakshijas supports here Shia Ghosals, the criminal of the death of Ketan Agarwal, the future husband of the Shia Ghosals. And now that is the significant threats that can be notified at the points. Okay? Now here you can see that is here dangerous moments, and it is just like an suffering for the mankind. Okay? Now see you then. Khuda Hafiz. Love you. And now here in the next points here we could notify that how geopolitics is the dangerous, but in the 40% probability is that my next live stream would be to roast whom Sakshija to be here the commander of Indian Navy Maria Stevens, or the commanders of, well, Argentine Navy Maria Stevens, or the commander of United States Navy Maria Stevens. Okay. See you then. Khuda Hafiz. Love you.